Well, hello everyone. Right, it's been a while since I brought you back in, and I've done some additional buildings. So, last episode I think I mentioned that this was going to be a tower. It is now a tower. Just get up there. So there you go. I've got a nice blue roof, and I've trimmed it with coming in too fast. I've trimmed it with this red sandstone. So I've incorporated red sandstone a little bit into some of the builds. There's this trim here, there's a trim there, and then there's pillars on this one here, which are all in red. I've created what is the first of many little shops. So I'm using, as I said before, Germsy Boys texture pack. So these are end stone walls, but in this texture pack they are little thinner log pillars, as I've said before. This is just a little room. I've added things like little buckets along the side, little rooftop gardens. I think, yeah, I've added little workstations and log piles in some of the little corners, and I've added an additional way which you'll be able to get through to the basement, I guess. Not the basement, what will be the sewers and such in the future. But I'm going to be taking a break from the desert city here. I'm kind of going more towards I'll be taking a break towards the desert city, and I'll be showing you where we'll be going next. But before I do that, as I said, I'm going to be taking this out eventually, and this is going to be a big market square. But you may have spotted it off in the distance. I've built up a little bit of a ravine there, so the idea is, if I can get into the sky, this will be the path to get through. From there to there, it'll be following here, around here, past, joining up on that road there, and eventually meeting up into the mountains there. So that's just a slow process of building that up, building this up, and then making this all rocky ravine. So I turned this, what was a sandy mountain, into a stone one. Before we head off to the new location, let me just grab my shulker boxes. And as you see, I'm turning this into dirt as well to make it a little bit more fertile looking, and then obviously this will be the transition period between here and the grasslands, and the desert will be there. But for now, let's fly over to the next project. So it's a little bit further away than those two are from each other. You can see where I've just done a line. I think it's 2 rockets this way, and I've set up a bit of a base camp, if you will. There's another village there. There's actually 2 villages right next to each other, but this will be the main city, I guess. At the minute, I've just started the sewers, so this is a very simple stone and diorite, andesite, bit of polished andesite in there, and I think I may have added some actual just stone as well. There'll be places like this scattered throughout, and the idea is that if you come up here, I have to go this way, I think. Yes. I set my respawn point. There you go. This will be the street view. So I've laid out some of the first buildings. So this will be, some of the buildings will have basements, some of them won't. The sewer system will go from to the edge of the water there, and it'll pop down. This will be a bit of a bay. The reason I've chosen this as a location is because if have I got a, no I do not. Is this the map? Nope. Is this the map? Nope. Well, that's the previous village that we're in just. So we've made quite a big dent, and as you can see there, that's the if I do that, you can see my mouse. That's the ravine that we've built up, and obviously that is now all slowly being turned into stone. The path will follow around there. Temple's just there, so it'll follow down and around. There'll be a bridge there to cross over to here. There will be a bridge maybe somewhere along here as well, but the road will then go from the temple past the temple there. So there'll be two roads there leading into somewhere around about there, and then off to the village over there. So let me sleep the night away and get some foundations up here. I might extend this road out a little bit so that there's more of a platform to build on, and bring you back then. Okay, and we're back. This is the basic shape. Got some windows cut out. As I've said before, I'm using Germsy Boys pack, so with Optifine on, you get these lovely little, almost like window ledges. This will be actually quite a lot smaller when it's done, but it's just a little cutout fire. And it's, you've got your two windows there, and then these two walls. That's going to lead on to a house, a smaller house, which will be around. Have I got any? No. It'll be a bit smaller. So that wall's got no windows for that reason. Right. So popping up, and we're going to take our voice, and we're going to go across 3. Skip that one, and then we're going to go across 3. Okay, and on the back wall, we're going to go boop, go across 3, boop, and then not there. Interesting little factoid that I learnt a few minutes ago. If you spawn trees or oak saplings next to flowers, there's a chance for them to spawn with bees. So that's fun. I've also created this little plunge pool here, can overflow, since I last came on. Right, so I'm going to do boop, and boop, boop, and boop. And that's going to be the shape. So this one here is going to stick out a little bit further on the back, but then the rest is going to be pretty much flush with the wall at the back there. That's just so that we've got the space for the chimney to pop up and across. And I don't have any. I was going to pop under here. There'll be trapdoors, but I haven't brought any with me. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. One, and 2, 3, 4. And if I can just glide down to here, take that, that, that. And then you can see the very basic face. That there will be just a simple oak block. So let me build up the rest of the upstairs walls, and I'll come back then.
So, as you can probably tell by the small forest of oak and birch behind me, oh, and that little peak there, I may have gone a little bit further than just putting in the walls. So I finished that house up, then built this house, which is just like a little terrace, and then I built that, which is actually a bakery. So coming inside, you see there's nothing downstairs. There's a little upstairs bedroom here with a little window, 2 bedrooms there, and then, oh, actually, I also changed the shulker box room, and did the fire, like I said I would, so it's a nice little fireplace with a working furnace. There you go. Just hidden away there, just close it. In this house, I said it's a bit smaller, very small downstairs. It's a little, I'll put something there. Little plant pot, little upstairs bedroom, upstairs room I should say. There's no bed in it yet. And then this room here. Oh, actually, the rafters, I guess that's what you'd call them, there, I quite like. Yes, this one's using a slightly different door. This one goes like a little throughway here, so this is the back of the buildings, all detailed up, and you can see the I've added quite a bit of an extension to this since I was last down here. I mentioned the plunge pool, but as well I've got this little section here. It's kind of like it'll be a little room of some sort, I'm not sure yet. I'm planning on putting farms down here, so if not automated, at least just regular farms, just so that keep them out of the way. This is the floor plan for another building I'm planning. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I think it's going to be a storage building. Yeah. Then it'll go from here, because it's all a bit flat at the moment. It'll come up, it'll go that way, and it'll actually taper up to the top of that hill where there's going to be a big building there. And off into the distance over that way. And something central there, kind of like blocking off the road. So section there is just all furnace. And then if we go inside, little bread, bits of bread by there. Well, actually potatoes, but it looks like bread on a shelf. And then we've got barrels and little cake stands. There's the furnace, the bakery, I should say. That leads down to what will be a storage room. But we'll connect to that one there. Be a big storage room. This is the actual bakery storage. There's quite a low ceiling. And then this is the living quarters, I guess. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. So, I'll try and get an aerial view before I leave. I like the way that the different roof types. Oh, and there's also built this little tree there on the side. There. There'll be a building there, and obviously we're going to carry on building. But I like the way, as I said, it drops different heights, so it adds a little bit of depth. Anyway, till next time. Bye, guys.